Hey, what's up, guys? So yesterday you made a video about that assault on that TPUSA reporter, Savanah Hernandez, as she was reporting on that anti-ICE protest at the Whipple Federal Building in Minneapolis. And a few new details emerged in the aftermath of this incident. For one thing, we now have video evidence that this was a planned and coordinated attack on Savannah, and we also have one of the daughters of this deranged activist family who spoke out and condemned their actions and also provided details about the truly evil nature of her very own family. Well, that said, guys, these videos do take quite a bit of time to make. So if you want to show some support, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Or if you want to further support this channel, you can do so by joining and becoming a channel member. Anyways, before we begin, I want to play you this clip of Savannah while she was on Fox News yesterday, talking about what actually happened that day and detailing her traumatic experience at the hands of these paid agitators. Take a look.
Why did it escalate so quickly?
Well, let's make no mistake, Laura, this escalated because they found out that I work for Turning Point USA. This isn't the first time that I have been confronted and assaulted at this point for journalism on the streets of the United States of America. But since Charlie Kirk's assassination, this is now the third time that people have come up to me after I have not been interviewing, not been engaging, but simply being on the street and filming a protest, figured out I work for Turning Point USA, and have made a point to confront me, to threaten me, to harass me, and now brutally assault me to prove a point. So that's why this escalated, Laura. I wasn't interviewing anybody. I wasn't engaging with anybody. I was, and I apologize. This is the first time I'm talking about this assault, and I'm scared to report, Laura. This is my job. It's what I've been doing for the last 6 years.
Yep.
And I'm terrified to do my job. I can't even interview people properly on the street because I got brutally assaulted and pushed to the ground by a 250-pound man for simply going and reporting on anti-ICE activities. I made a point not to engage, Laura, because I know the left wing is violent. They assassinated Charlie Kirk last year, and now they're coming for each and every single Turning Point USA employee because they know they can get away with it because the local jurisdictions aren't going to charge them. Now, luckily, the sheriffs are planning on bringing 4 charges. I hope. I did tell them I wanted to press charges. This has been elevated to both the DOJ and the DHS. They are opening an investigation as well. But I'm horrified, Laura. I'm horrified.
Okay, so I'm just curious, but has anyone in the Democrat leadership or the liberal mainstream media condemned these actions? Or better yet, even talked about this story? Probably not. But it's just so crazy that this woman here can't even do her job properly because you have these deranged leftist lunatics just harassing her. Like you saw the video clips. They were blowing air horns, whistles directly into her ear, waving dildos right in her face. And then you had a guy twice her size just shove her to the ground. And this girl, like Savannah Hernandez, she's one tough cookie. Okay. Like I gotta give her kudos because she goes out there by herself without any security. And she already knows what these, hate agitators are like. She's dealt with them many times. I've seen many clips of her, and they are so violent. So it's just crazy that like no one in the Democrat leadership on the left ever condemns these types of actions. Anyways, now I'm going to play you a video clip from an alternate angle showing you that this attack was planned and coordinated on Savannah. Take a look. Honestly, what type of father sets this type of example for his own daughter? Like, this was very traumatic to Savannah. Like, you could hear it in her voice when she was talking with Laura Ingraham. But that said, like, there's a very fine line. You could protest peacefully protesting. That is fine. You're well within your rights to peacefully protest, and she's well within her rights to report on this as a reporter. But for you to cross the line and start harassing this woman, it's just uncalled for. Anyways, the crazy thing about all this is that these Democrats always preach about how they're so tolerant, how they're so accepting. Yeah, only when you adopt their political ideology. With that said, I want to show you the level of hypocrisy from this guy because I'm going to show you a clip from 3 months ago at the height of all these ICE raids in Minneapolis because Jen Psaki of MSNBC had this father on her show. Take a look.
Chris now goes by the nickname Minnesota Angry Man, and he's using his newfound fame to encourage others to stand up for community too. Ahead of nationwide strikes and protests tomorrow, we asked Chris if he had any words of wisdom to share, and here's what he had to say.
We need some peace and harmony in our state and across our country. We've been dealing with enough tyranny. We're done with that. We need some peace, love, and harmony. Please come out. Please show up. Get off that couch. If I can do it, you can do it. We can march. We can dance. We can sing. We can hug it out. We can swear at the sky.
From the couch to the streets, what a rallying cry there. Love to hear it.
Okay, so this hypocrite actually went on television and was preaching peace, love, and harmony. You can't make this up. Anyways, if you're wondering why this father was on Jen Psaki's show, it's because this father who looks like a thumb, he has somewhat of a social media following, but that's since been privated after that incident from a couple days ago. And I assume he's sitting at home, probably waiting for those impending FBI charges. But that said, I want to show you this next thing here, the last thing. Okay, so Savanah posted this tweet here earlier today, and it's from Desiree Ostrusko, who is the second daughter from this crazy family. This is what Savanah had to say. Heartbreaking statements from Desiree Ostrusko, the estranged daughter of Chris and Deanna Ostrusko, the violent couple who attacked me alongside their daughter Paige. She states that she's Chris's second daughter, and she's seen and experienced enough firsthand to know the kind of actions they're capable of. Wow, that's crazy. This is honestly horrifying to read about how violent her father, mother, and her sister acted publicly. I can't imagine what she had to deal with privately. So let's just go and read what she said. So this is from Desiree. Let me see. So she states, I need to be very clear where I stand. I do not align with my family's actions in this situation at all. I don't agree with what was done. I don't support it, and I don't stand behind it in any way. Violence is never acceptable to me, no matter the circumstances, opinions, or political beliefs involved. What happened to Savanah was wrong, plain and simple. Everyone has a right to speak, to express themselves, and to be heard without fear of being attacked. That's something I will always stand on. I also want to be honest. If politics is going to turn into violence, hatred, or harming other people, I will remove myself completely. I will not be a part of that, even if it means creating distance from my own family. My values matter, and I refuse to compromise them. This isn't easy to say, but it's important. I believe in respect, accountability, and doing what's right, even when it's uncomfortable or painful. I stand for peace. I stand for people being able to use their voice safely. I will always stand on that. Okay, so this is another reply that Desiree made to a comment, and it reads, I'm his second daughter, and I've experienced firsthand how he's publicly and personally put me down simply because I don't align with their beliefs. That's a big part of why I've chosen to distance myself from them. Watching situations like this unfold only reinforces that decision. This behavior is not something I stand for. It's honestly disappointing and disturbing. Okay, so it appears that this second daughter has some sense and character in her. It's crazy that she's even related to these three crazy, unhinged leftists. But it's just so insane that this father, or even the mother, sister, all three of them, how they basically, alienated their second daughter, sister, just because of political beliefs. Like I can't even imagine doing that to my parents. My mom she's pretty left. I'm gonna be honest, but not in U.S. politics. But I'm talking about Korean politics, so that's okay. But she's pretty crazy left. Uh, we don't talk about politics. But that said, I would never there is no way I would ever, let politics get in between family. Members of my family. It's just crazy. I just can't understand that. I know it happens to some people, but because it's just so divisive. But that said, we just don't talk about it. Anyways, guys, if you enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.